Hey there, Wellness and Mobility Coach Hannah here, bringing you a little 15-minute hip tension release routine. This routine is 7 stretches that are going to be held for 1 minute on each side, so it should take you about 15 minutes to complete the whole routine. Everything is going to be done on the floor, so if you have a yoga mat, grab your yoga mat. I am going to, as always, link my Spotify down below and the specific 15-minute playlist that I use for this video. Feel free to check out any video, use your own music, or you don't even have to use any music at all. And with that, let's begin. So our first stretch is going to be a butterfly stretch. The way we get into that is by coming into a seated position and bringing the soles of the feet together. It is okay if you have a lot of space in between your knees and they don't get to the ground. Eventually, after the minute of the pose, you'll start to see that they start to relax. So my timer is set, and we're going to start with our first minute in this pose. So I want you to just imagine the inner thighs are starting to stretch and release. You can bring the hands to the feet and maybe start to use the elbows to press open a little bit into the knees. Trying to keep the chest and the crown of the head uplifted. Just starting to breathe. Maybe close your eyes, relax, listen to the music. If you're outside, listen to the sounds of the nature. With each inhale, I want you to imagine that inhale, that breath is going straight to any point of tension that you might feel. And as you exhale, you're going to release and kind of just get a little bit deeper into that specific spot that you just sent the air. So the air in is going to fill it up and expand it, and then you're going to relax into that position, into that tension once you release the exhale. Nice and easy. We're coming on out. We're going to go all the way into our next reclined pigeon. So we're going to come onto our back here. One foot is going to be flat on the floor and the knee is going to be bent like this. We're going to take that opposite leg and we're going to stick that ankle right on top of this knee here. Go ahead and take your hands in between. You can grab the back of your thigh, go ahead and relax the head, or if you have a little bit more, you can grab that front of the knee, and I want you to make sure that that knee that you have is really kind of pushed over to the center of your body, and then you're really going to just squeeze it in as pretty much as far as you can. Remember, with each inhale and exhale, sinking a little bit deeper into the tension that you feel. Relaxing the shoulders and the face. You should be feeling this in the glutes. And we're going to just go ahead and relax that leg. Switch. So our opposite leg, the one that was just on the first leg, is going to now go on the floor. And that leg that was on the floor is now going to go on to the leg that's bent. We're going to go ahead and just pull in that opposite leg. So again, you can hook the hands together behind the thigh here on the hamstring and pull it in. I want you to still imagine that you're pulling that leg into the middle of your chest, not off to the side. If you've got a little more, you can grab the front of the shin here and then pull it in, still focusing on bringing that knee to the middle of the chest as you pull it in. Just relaxing the breath. Maybe exhale and pull it in a little bit closer. And nice and easy, go ahead and just relax. We're going to still stay lying back, but I'm going to want you to take your forearms and kind of just prop yourself up so you're at a little bit of a reclined position here. We're going to walk our feet nice and wide. So we want them pretty much as wide as we can get them, as wide as your mat, if you're on a mat, if not wider, like, but definitely wider than your hips. And you're going to take your knees and you're going to push them in towards each other. You should really start to feel that on the inner side of the hips. If they don't go together, that is okay. You just really want to focus on pushing them in towards each other. As we spend our minute here in this position, you might notice that the knees start to come a little bit closer and closer together. It just means that we're opening up the hips, it means we're doing everything right. Good, and then we're going to go ahead and we're going to keep those feet exactly where they are, and then we're going to take our knees all the way over to one side. I'm choosing the right side. So what we're going to do is we're going to just drop those knees all the way over. If you want a little bit deeper, you can take the right foot and, tuck it over here on this left knee. Kind of pulls that left knee a little bit closer to the ground as you still focus on that right knee, pushing it down towards the ground. Woo! If you're doing it right, you should really feel it in those hips. Maybe like right here, right here. Try to relax the shoulders too. You don't want to be all like shrugged down like I just was. Remember, it's all about awareness. The more we can be aware of our bodies and what we're doing and how we're moving it, the better pretty much everything in our life is going to be. Nice and easy. Ooh, we're going to bring those feet all the way back to that first wide position, and then we're going to drop those knees, you guessed it, over to the opposite side. So if you're on the left, go to the right. If you're on the right, go to the left. We're going to hold this here. Again, just still focus on drawing those knees to the floor. You can also take that foot. For example, I'm on the left. I'm going to take my left foot, put it on that knee. Still focus on driving that left knee down. Relaxing those shoulders, making sure you're checking in with yourself, still breathing. Nice job. We're going to come all the way back down to the floor, extending those legs out. We got some lying twists. So nice straight body. We're going to focus on, start with our right side, bringing the right leg into the body, giving it a nice little hug. And then we're going to take that left hand to the right knee, right arm comes out to the side, and then we're going to pull that right leg across the body. This is kind of like a low back glute, opener here. We want to focus on really pushing that left knee down, but that right knee down, but we don't want to like over push it, right? We want to make sure that our right shoulder blade is firmly planted onto the floor, so we really feel that stretch and that tension all here. Now our hips are kind of all encompassing. We've got our hip flexors, we've got some a little bit of like kind of like quad action. I know quads are like a little bit different, but our insertion points are up here, so it kind of has a little bit to do with it, which you'll see in our next stretch. Then our glutes a little bit as well. It's just kind of like this whole, we've got a lot going on here. Psoas muscle, iliacus, like we've there's like a ton going on, piriformis. So there's a little gecko on the ceiling. Good, nice and easy. We're gonna come on back. Oof. Release that hip a little bit if you need to. We're gonna switch sides. So straightening through that right leg, left leg comes into the body. Give it a nice big hug. And then start to pull it with that right arm over across the body. Left arm comes out. Left shoulder is grounded into the floor. We really want to keep that upper back press into the floor. That way, as we pull that left knee down to the floor, keeping that left shoulder on the floor, we're really getting that full twist. The way this gecko is moving his tail is kind of crazy, guys. Keep breathing. And nice and easy, we're going to relax. Coming into our little happy baby pose. So, I want you to start by bringing the feet flat on the floor. You can take your whole hand to the outside of the foot like this, or your peace fingers to the big toe like this. So we're going to do that on both sides. So I'm going to take my peace fingers to my big toe, and then our knees are going to come and be drawn in towards the armpits. So we really want to just hold this guy here. Maybe add a little rock if it feels good, just like a little teeny tiny bit. Nothing crazy, just maybe, just if you want to kind of release a little tension maybe in your low back. That just cracked my back a little bit when I did that. Nothing crazy, because we're really just focused on that static hold, but sometimes the little sway it helps me, at least sometimes. So listen to your body. That's always what I like to say. Listen to your body. Do what your body's asking for. Our bodies are very, very smart. They know exactly what they need. It's our job to figure it out and give it to them. That just comes with awareness, like I mentioned earlier. It comes with becoming aware of what we're doing, what we're feeling, what we're needing. Nice and easy. We're going to come on out of that. Oof. Coming all the way up. Nice and easy so we don't get dizzy. We're wanting to come. I'm going to start us in our kneeling position here. So we want knees down, stacking our body straight. We're going to step one leg forward. So we want to make sure we step it far enough so that our back leg comes into a 90-degree angle here. Why am I facing this way? I'm going to turn around so you can see my leg here, also so I can see the timer. So we're going to sink in forward, because the goal here is we really want to feel that stretch in that hip flexor here. If you want to support yourself, if you have a yoga block maybe, or you're next to like a wall or something, you can support yourself this way. Keeping your chest uplifted, we really want to feel that stretch here. Since my right leg is back behind me, I'm going to take my right arm and bring it all the way up and kind of reach up above my head while still keeping my chest uplifted, crown of my head up tall. This is just going to elevate that stretch a little bit more, give you a little bit deeper stretch. So just keep breathing. You can bring that left hand if you're, if you want to bring it down to the floor, if you're next to a wall, like I said, a block or anything like that. Keep breathing. And nice and easy, bring it on out. We're going to switch sides here. So come back into that kneeling position. Woo. And then we're going to step that opposite foot forward, making sure we're far forward enough that we can lean in, and we want to make sure that that back leg is at about 45 degrees here. I'm going to go ahead and bring that left arm up. You can support yourself here, block, wall, maybe bringing those fingertips down. I'm obviously a little bit tighter on this side. Maybe it's not obvious to you, but it's obvious to me. And that's part of it. Sometimes our bodies are just different, and every single day our bodies can also be different. So something that might feel easy to you one day, the next day might be totally like impossible or extremely hard. That is normal, okay? It's part of being a human. Surprise! You're a human. Keep breathing. You got this. The good news is, as I sit here, I relax into the pose, and I hope that you are doing the same, relaxing into the pose. And I'm noticing that I'm definitely feeling a lot more loose and some tension release, which is a good thing since that's why we're doing this. And nice and easy, come on out of this. For our last one, we're going to do a nice little child's pose. So we're going to come onto that quadruped position. Knees come nice and wide, toes together. Press those hips all the way back, hands walk forward. And you're going to draw the forehead down to the floor. Just really using your hands to kind of press yourself back so that your hips kind of feel that release. And I want you to imagine like your glutes are going to touch your heels. Now, maybe tempting to relax your shoulders here. I don't want you to do that. I want you to really stay nice and strong in there, using your hands and your force to press yourself back. This is how we're going to get deeper into those hips. Keep it going. About 10 more seconds. And now go ahead and relax into those shoulders. Nice and easy, coming on up into a nice little seated position. There are literally so many hip exercises and hip stretches that I love. This is literally just the tip of the iceberg. A little 15-minute stretch. Feel free to hold any of these poses a little bit longer. If something felt really good, feel free to go back and do it a little bit longer. The base is just like a minute. I just feel like a minute just goes by so quick when you're in a position. So that's just me though. Okay, well, anyways, thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for honoring your body, showing up here, allowing me to guide you and share my knowledge with you. I'm always so grateful that I get to do this and share this with you guys. Sending you off on the rest of your days and adventure with so much love, light, and positivity. Follow along for more videos, and I'll see you next time. Bye.